You'll attract any woman with these magic words, Old Stoic wisdom. The magic words that will attract any woman, Old Stoic wisdom. Words possess an incredible power. When used wisely and in the right moment, they can transform a conversation or even a relationship. For women, words aren't just sounds. They are vessels of care, authenticity, and at times, playfulness. A carefully chosen, sweet, and clever phrase has the potential to make her feel valued, stir positive emotions, and foster a deeper connection. If you're looking to capture a woman's attention, the secret lies in your words. A single, thoughtful sentence can show her that you truly notice the small, meaningful aspects of her life. These moments of connection are often the key to leaving a lasting impression. As the ancient Stoic philosopher Epictetus wisely said, we have two ears and one mouth so that we can listen twice as much as we speak. Let your words reflect your listening, your understanding, and your sincere affection. Embrace the power of words and watch how they build a bridge between you and the one you care about. 1. You seem so smart. I'm sure I could learn a lot from you. When you're trying to catch someone's eye, you've got to do more than just flash a smile and tell them they look good. That's the easy part. You've got to tap into some real old Stoic wisdom, like the kind that kept ancient philosophers sharp and attractive to the right crowd. So, let's talk about one phrase that can make you seem like the kind of guy who knows how to talk to women in a way that doesn't involve cheesy pickup lines or awkward compliments. You seem so smart. I'm sure I could learn a lot from you. Now, don't let that simple sentence fool you. It's not just about being nice or trying to win some points. No, no, my friend. This is about showing a level of respect for her brain, for her thought process, for the fact that she's got an iron mind that can handle problems like a champion. It's not about her hair or her smile. It's about the gears turning up there. Let's face it, who doesn't love being told they're smart? And when you drop this line, you're not just admiring her intelligence. You're telling her, I see you for more than just what's on the outside. This shows you're not just looking at her like a piece of eye candy, but as someone with something substantial to offer. Here's the twist, though. This line isn't just flattery. Nope, it's a clever way of saying, hey, I'm a guy who wants to be better, and I know you've got some serious knowledge I can learn from. And don't just stop at saying it. Take it a step further. If she's cracked a tough problem or offered a brilliant solution, be bold and say something like, you handled this so well. I think I'll borrow your strategy and apply it to my work. Trust me, that's when her ears will perk up. Why? Because you're not just admiring from a distance, you're genuinely asking for insight, which is a huge compliment in itself. You're making her feel like her thoughts matter, not just in the moment, but in your future too. This isn't just a line, it's an invitation for her to open up and share her wisdom with you. Now, this is where Stoic principles come into play. The Stoics knew that real strength wasn't about flexing your muscles or looking tough. It was about controlling your mind, staying calm under pressure, and knowing how to learn from others. When you say you want to learn from her, you're actually showing that you have the mental discipline to understand that no one knows it all. You're saying, I'm open to growth. I'm not too proud to admit I can learn something new. And let me tell you, that's attractive. Don't underestimate the power of intellectual flattery, my friend. This isn't just a casual compliment, it's a subtle but powerful invitation for her to open up to you, to let you into her world of knowledge. And while you're at it, you're also giving her a chance to see that you're not just another guy trying to impress her with cheap talk. You've got the Stoic mindset, the iron mind that's willing to learn, adapt, and grow. So remember, if you want to get the attention of someone who values depth over surface, ditch the outdated, you're beautiful lines and try this instead. Trust me, she'll be hooked. It's not just about attracting a woman, it's about attracting one who values you for what's inside, just like the great Stoics of old would have done. 2. I really like the way you see things. It's so different and interesting. Let's cut to the chase. The secret to captivating any woman doesn't lie in flashy pickup lines or rehearsed compliments. No, it's much deeper and more profound than that. The magic words you need to use come from a place of genuine appreciation, appreciation for her uniqueness, her perspective, and her creativity. And trust me, This is where the Stoic rules come into play. I really like the way you see things. It's so different and interesting. Stop for a second. Do you know why this sentence works wonders? It's not just about telling her she's smart or witty, no, that's too easy. It's about recognizing the brilliance of her mind, the uniqueness in her perspective. When you say this, you're respecting and acknowledging the way she approaches the world. It's a statement of admiration for her individuality. This, my friend, is a classic move from practical Stoicism. Stoics understood something fundamental. Everyone is unique, and it's that very uniqueness that holds great value. Just like how Marcus Aurelius often meditated on the importance of focusing on what you can control and accepting what you cannot, you must approach relationships with the same mindset. Recognizing the beauty in another person's perspective, whether or not it aligns with yours, is a way of accepting them for who they are, not for who you want them to be. This is the path of wisdom, to embrace difference, to value what is distinct, and to celebrate the uniqueness of another's mind. Why it works, the power of appreciation. Imagine this. You're stuck in a room filled with the same old boring conversations. Everyone's spewing the same tired opinions, and then there's her. She brings a fresh, unexpected view to the table. She challenges the norm and makes you think. The way she solves problems? It's like watching a master at work. When you notice this, when you give her credit for it, you're not just being polite, you're honoring the value of independent thought. The traditional approach is to praise someone's beauty or appearance. But do you know what gets women's hearts racing? When you recognize the depth of their intelligence, their creativity, their fresh perspective on the world. When you say, "The way you think about things always surprises me," you have such a unique take on simple problems, you're not just handing out compliments. You're acknowledging the richness of her mind, and this, my friend, is powerful. But let's not get too philosophical here. Let's get real for a moment. We all get tired of the same old routine. The world feels dull when everyone thinks alike. It's the outliers, the free thinkers, the ones who don't conform to conventional views, that breathe life into the mundane. By praising her independent thinking, you're creating a bond over something genuine, not shallow. This isn't just about flattery, it's about forming a connection based on respect and admiration. The magic behind noticing her thinking. When you truly notice the way she thinks, when you stop to appreciate her perspective, you're demonstrating something rare. You're present. You're actively engaged, not distracted, not checking your phone every 5 minutes. That's the essence of practical Stoicism, being grounded in the moment, focused, aware of what's in front of you, and finding value in it. So don't just give her a passing compliment. Notice the real details. The way you look at the world is so different, is an invitation for her to open up about her beliefs, her passions, and her worldview. It says, "I see you for who you truly are, not just as someone to impress or flirt with." In the paths of wisdom, recognizing the beauty of how others think is key. Stoicism teaches us to accept the world as it is, and that includes the diverse ways people interpret it. The true test of your character is how you honor and value those differences. So be intentional about how you speak and what you acknowledge. Let her know her thoughts are appreciated, and watch how that simple acknowledgement builds a stronger connection. Practical tips for using these words. All right, here's the deal. If you want to make this work in real life, you've got to mean it. You can't just throw around compliments like confetti. You must notice when she speaks or shares an idea that's particularly insightful. You must listen, not just hear her words, but understand them. Here are a few other ways to work this magic into your conversations. Wow, I love the way you think about things. It's like you see the world through a different lens. That was a really unique take on that issue. I haven't heard anyone put it that way before. I'm always amazed by the way you solve problems. It's like you have this creative energy that others just don't have. These aren't just compliments. They're acknowledgments. They say, "I see you. I value you." 3. The way you work really impresses me. You're so dedicated and passionate. To win the heart of a woman who possesses drive, ambition, and a relentless work ethic, you must first understand the art of meaningful compliments. It's not enough to merely admire her accomplishments. You need to honor the effort, the dedication, and the unshakable focus she puts into every task. Epictetus, The Stoic philosopher teaches us that real power lies not in the result, but in the strength of the process. It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. This simple yet profound wisdom applies here. Instead of just applauding the end result, recognize the inner fire, the commitment that fuels her every move. When you tell her, "The way you work really impresses me. You're so dedicated and passionate," you're not just offering a compliment, you're paying homage to the essence of who she is. Imagine she's in the middle of a tough project, pushing through challenges, staying late, perfecting every detail. You see past the polished finish and recognize the fierce determination that got her there. That recognition? It's priceless. You are acknowledging the sweat, the struggle, the mental and emotional fortitude it takes to excel. Stoicism isn't about striving for accolades or praise, but mastering oneself through discipline, focus, and resilience. Epictetus reminds us no man is free who is not master of himself. And when you recognize her ability to master her own efforts, you give her something even more valuable than praise. You give her respect. You are tapping into a core principle of human connection, the recognition of effort. This isn't just a compliment, it's a recognition of power, a celebration of her dedication. Women who work with purpose and passion aren't just looking for admiration for their success. They want their effort to be seen. They want to know that their hard work isn't invisible to the world. When you say, "I've noticed how seriously you take your work, and that really impresses me," you're someone who really has goals. You're telling her you see the commitment behind the curtain. You see the blood, sweat, and tears that went into the masterpiece. In doing so, you elevate her, and in turn, you elevate yourself. This is where your power lies. It's not in grand gestures or empty flattery. It's in understanding that the pursuit of greatness, both in work and in life, is a battle fought in the small moments. When you acknowledge her dedication, you become part of her journey. You show her that you appreciate her discipline, her focus, and most importantly, her pursuit of excellence. In a world full of distractions, people who can stay focused and dedicated to their mission are rare, and that is something worth admiring. You must be more than a mere admirer. You must be someone who sees her effort, understands her passion, and respects her discipline. Epictetus said, "The greater the difficulty, the more glory in surmounting it." When you compliment her dedication, you're telling her you admire not just the outcome, but the perseverance and strength it took to get there. You acknowledge her victory, not just in the task at hand, but in the quiet battles she faces every day, both internal and external. In modern life, this is an essential skill. Too many people focus only on superficial outcomes, not realizing that true connection and admiration come from recognizing the journey. Complimenting her on her work ethic isn't just about making her feel good in the moment. It's about recognizing the Stoic wisdom in her life. That true greatness comes from mastering the self and the process, not chasing fleeting rewards. When you do this, you show her you're someone who understands the value of hard work, who respects the grind, and who can see the quiet strength in those who walk this path. By complimenting her dedication, you are reinforcing a bond built on mutual respect. You're not just saying you're great, but you're saying, "I see the greatness within you, in the way you approach life, in the way you work relentlessly towards your goals." You inspire her to continue down this path, to continue striving, knowing that someone sees the depth of her efforts. And this is how you master life. This is how you win. This is how you build not just a relationship, but a lasting connection rooted in deep respect, admiration, and understanding. Recognize her efforts, acknowledge her passion, and watch how the attraction between you grows. 4. I really like your confidence. It's something that makes you stand out. Confidence is undeniably magnetic. It's like an invisible force that draws others in, making them pause and take notice. But here's the thing. When you compliment a woman's confidence, you're doing much more than offering a simple, flattering remark. You're recognizing something truly powerful within her, something that isn't always visible on the surface, but is felt deeply in her presence. Confidence, in its most authentic form, isn't just about projecting a facade. It's about inner trust, a self-assurance that radiates naturally. This, my friend, is where old Stoic wisdom comes into play. The truly confident don't wear their strength like a flashy ornament, they carry it like a hidden treasure. It's rooted in the iron mind, grounded in Stoic principles, a quiet yet undeniable power that others can sense. When you tell her, I really like your confidence, it's something that makes you stand out. You're doing much more than just a passing compliment. You're affirming that you see her. You see the depth of her self trust, which isn't as common as it should be. Confidence isn't always easy to come by, and some people, though they may appear sure of themselves, are often masking a sea of insecurities. But with her, it's different. Her confidence is grounded, real, and powerful. When you tell her, every time you walk into a room, I can feel your confidence. It's magnetic and makes you stand out in the best way. You're not just admiring her exterior. You're acknowledging the Stoic principles she lives by: self control, courage, and quiet strength. What makes this kind of compliment so impactful is the way it makes her feel. It doesn't just flatter her, it empowers her. It affirms that what she carries within, her belief in herself, isn't just valuable to you, but to everyone who crosses her path. Her confidence becomes a beacon that sets her apart from the crowd, not through arrogance, but through genuine, stoic calmness and control. You must realize this isn't just a compliment, this is a recognition of her inner strength, her iron mind. So, don't just say, I like your confidence. Instead, speak to the core of who she is and let her know that it's not just her looks or her charm or even her words that draw you in. It's her self assurance. By acknowledging this with sincerity, you're giving her the gift of truly seeing herself through your eyes, strong, remarkable, and beautifully confident in the way that only someone who embodies Stoic principles can be. This isn't just praise, it's a celebration of everything she is. 5. I love the way you smile. It makes everything around us feel lighter. Yes, you heard me right. A smile. Simple, yet profound. A smile is more than just a curve of the lips. It's a reflection of joy, optimism, and grace. When you tell her, I love the way you smile, it makes everything around us feel lighter. You're not just complimenting her appearance. You're recognizing the unique energy she brings into every space. You're acknowledging her ability to lift the mood of everyone around her, turning mundane moments into something magical. This is where the paths of wisdom come in. You must realize that words hold power, especially when you understand how to use them. This compliment doesn't just make her feel good about herself, it makes her feel valued. You're telling her that her positivity has an impact, not just on you, but on everyone in the room. And that's powerful. Why does this work? When you say this to her, you're making her feel like she's more than just a pretty face. You're telling her that she has a significant, positive influence on the world around her. And believe me, women love to hear that. You're subtly reminding her of the Stoic rules, the idea that it's not just our circumstances that define us, but how we choose to respond to them. By complimenting her smile, you're acknowledging her inner strength and light, qualities that are far more valuable than any superficial traits. Every time you smile, I feel like the whole space becomes lighter and more joyful. You have such a special smile. This isn't just another generic line. No, this is a reminder to her that she has the power to affect others in a meaningful way. A smile may seem small, but in this case, it's anything but. By recognizing it, you tap into something deeper, her ability to bring light into dark places. You're not just admiring her beauty, you're appreciating her ability to spread joy, which is a quality that will always shine brighter than any exterior. The Stoic approach to compliments. Now, let's break it down with some practical Stoicism for you. Stoics believed in focusing on what we can control and understanding that our reactions shape our reality. Complimenting her smile isn't about flattery or empty praise, it's about recognizing and honoring something real. The Stoic mindset teaches you to be present, to focus on the qualities in others that align with values like kindness, optimism, and inner peace. This is what you're doing when you offer her this heartfelt compliment. You're appreciating the very things that are within her control and acknowledging her for them. The wisdom here? Never underestimate the power of positive energy. Your words are more than just casual remarks. They are reflections of your understanding of what truly matters. Compliment her smile, and in turn, you'll receive more than just a thank you. You'll receive her trust and admiration. And that's a lot more valuable than any fleeting attraction. Be intentional with your words. You must be intentional with your words, gents. Don't just offer a compliment for the sake of it. Make sure it's rooted in truth, based on your genuine appreciation for her. Compliment her smile, but more importantly, appreciate the impact it has on everyone in the room. This is a form of practical stoicism, recognizing the little things that bring joy to others and cherishing them for what they truly are. When you say, "You have such a special smile," you're not just talking about her physical appearance. You're celebrating her positive influence. That is something that every woman wants to hear. It's a reminder that her value goes beyond just the surface. And it's a powerful way to make a real connection. Final thought, it's about impact, not just words. Remember this, gentlemen. It's not enough to simply say something nice. You must understand the true depth of what you're saying. The paths of wisdom taught by the Stoics show us that words have power. They shape perceptions, build connections, and reveal your character. When you compliment her smile, make sure you're doing it from a place of truth. Recognize her inner strength, her positivity, and the way she makes the world a better place with her presence. In the end, it's not just about impressing her, it's about connecting with her on a deeper level. So, next time you see that smile, don't hold back. Let her know just how special it is. And watch the magic unfold. Be wise, be intentional, and above all, be real. If you found this wisdom valuable, don't forget to like, comment, and share with someone who could benefit from it. Subscribe for more tips on attraction, positivity, and wisdom. Comment to remember, I am a source of positive energy. 6. I feel so comfortable talking to you. You always know how to make everything interesting. When it comes to winning over a woman's heart, mastering the art of conversation is non-negotiable. If you want to hold her attention, you need to know how to make her feel truly seen, heard, and appreciated. It's not just about words, it's about the energy behind them. Saying, "I feel so comfortable talking to you. You always know how to make everything interesting," goes beyond a simple compliment. It's a powerful statement of empathy, understanding, and appreciation. You're not just recognizing her communication skills, but you're telling her that she's a person who adds value to your life. As Epictetus, the Stoic philosopher, once said, "Wealth consists not in having great possessions, but in having few wants." This doesn't just apply to material things, it applies to your interactions. When you're able to have genuine, stimulating conversations, you're not seeking validation, you're connecting. This is what makes any relationship thrive. By acknowledging her ability to keep the conversation flowing, you're not just flattering her, you're demonstrating your own self-awareness and your respect for her intellect. In today's fast-paced world, many people forget the power of meaningful dialogue. Yet, those who win at life know this. Mastering the art of conversation can create bonds that last. In the context of Stoicism, this approach aligns with the wisdom of focusing on what you can control, the way you express yourself, and how you engage with others. Remember, you can't control every outcome, but you can control the way you interact and present yourself. Your words should reflect a true, sincere connection, not just a desire to impress. When you tell her she makes everything interesting, you're conveying that your bond transcends superficial chit-chat. The focus is on mutual respect, emotional resonance, and a deeper connection. This simple statement affirms that you value her for who she is, her mind, her thoughts, and her presence. Keep in mind that the words you choose must have substance. As Stoics like Epictetus taught, it's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. This means that your conversations should be rooted in authenticity, not in flattery. To win at life, to win at relationships, is to win with integrity, with authenticity. So, when you speak to her, do so with purpose. Be deliberate. Be confident. When you say she makes everything interesting, don't just say it to make her feel good. Say it because you genuinely mean it, and let it become a reflection of your inner confidence. The Stoic approach of being unwavering in your values, of choosing to be in control of your reactions, will set you apart. Let your words be a mirror to your strength, your growth, and your mastery of life. Don't just speak, command attention, but do so with grace and understanding. When you master this art, you win, not just her admiration, but your own sense of mastery over your emotions, your life, and your connections. 7. You always have such a different way of looking at things. It makes me feel like every day is a new lesson. When you truly understand the power of Old Stoic wisdom, you'll realize how much strength lies in appreciating the small things, like the unique perspective of someone you care about. Picture this. You've just had one of those days, and she comes in with a fresh, innovative way of looking at a problem you've been wrestling with for hours. It's like a light bulb switches on, and suddenly, what seemed impossible becomes clear. That's the kind of perspective that only someone with an iron mind can possess. Her ability to think outside the box, to view situations from angles you hadn't considered, not only makes every conversation feel like an opportunity for growth, but also highlights your own Stoic principles of adaptability and learning. You don't just see her as another person, you see her as a constant source of knowledge. You can say, every time we talk, you bring a perspective that makes me rethink everything I thought I knew. This isn't just flattery, it's a genuine appreciation of the value she adds to your life. It shows that you are open to learning, that you recognize the richness of her mind, and that you're willing to be a student in her presence every single day. This attitude, rooted in ancient Stoic philosophy, is what makes you more attractive to her. You're not just praising her ideas, you're showing respect for the way she thinks, the way she processes the world. This fosters a deep connection because, at the heart of it, you're acknowledging her intelligence and creativity. It's not just about superficial compliments, it's about recognizing her mind and the unique lens through which she views the world. The more you incorporate the old Stoic wisdom into your life, the more you'll see that relationships flourish when you can truly value another person's individuality. It's not about being impressed by her outward appearance or fleeting charm. It's about respecting her intellect and creativity. You must also recognize that this isn't something she hears every day. Women often feel overlooked or undervalued, especially when it comes to their ideas and perspectives. By embracing her differences and praising her insight, you're showing her that her thoughts matter to you. In turn, this strengthens your bond. Not only does it create a sense of appreciation, but it also allows you to become more in tune with each other. This, my friend, is where the iron mind comes into play. It's about developing mental resilience and recognizing that growth comes from every conversation, every exchange of ideas, and every unique perspective shared between two people. Don't just take her ideas for granted. Recognize them as opportunities to grow and evolve, not only as an individual, but also as a partner in this relationship. So, the next time she shares a thought or a perspective, don't just nod along. Say something like, wow, that's an entirely new way of looking at it. I never would have thought of that. It's like I'm learning something valuable from you every day. By doing this, you are communicating not just admiration, but genuine respect. And that, my friend, is the essence of attraction, an acknowledgement of her inner brilliance, grounded in the Stoic principles of mental resilience and intellectual growth. When you live by the iron mind and recognize the power of someone's perspective, you not only attract the right person, but also become a better version of yourself. 8. I really admire your passion. You're always full of energy and ready to challenge yourself. Don't underestimate the power of this simple compliment. It's a game changer, and it's grounded in something far more profound than just surface level flattery. This is where you touch on a deep core value, resilience. You're not just admiring her excitement, but the persistence, the discipline, and the fire that fuels her every day. And that, gentleman, is the magic behind winning her attention. You're speaking to her spirit, the very essence of the woman who chooses not to settle, who gets back up every time life knocks her down. In the vast sea of mundane compliments, this one stands out like a beacon of Stoic wisdom. A true Stoic never glorifies a person's appearance or fleeting charm. Instead, a Stoic focuses on qualities that endure, like inner strength, the ability to overcome obstacles, and the unrelenting drive for self-improvement. You're talking about her heart, her resilience, and the way she takes life's challenges head on. That's power. That's what a woman wants to hear. It's these stoic rules that separate the average from the extraordinary. She's more than her work. To really drive this home, let's break it down. When you notice how energetic and passionate she is, you're not just admiring her outward enthusiasm. You're acknowledging something deeper, her unspoken resilience. In the world of practical stoicism, this is vital. Life constantly tests us, and it's not just about surviving, it's about how we thrive, no matter the circumstances. By highlighting her passion, you let her know you recognize her commitment to personal growth, her belief in pushing through challenges, and her refusal to give up. These are paths of wisdom that she walks every day, even when no one is watching. She's not just working hard, she's embodying the stoic virtues of perseverance and fortitude, the magic words that will capture her attention. When you use this compliment, say it like you mean it. It's not about saying something nice, it's about tapping into the stoic core that aligns with her journey. Every time you talk about your goals, I can see how energetic and passionate you are. It's something I really admire. These words are more than just praise. They show you notice her inner drive, her ambition, and her constant hunger for self-improvement. This is the stuff that resonates with a woman who is on a mission, and she will feel understood, seen, and heard. That's what makes the difference between a compliment that lands and one that misses the mark. It's the difference between telling someone they look nice today versus telling them you see their heart, the fire that drives them forward. And it's the power of a man who understands that Stoic principles aren't just about enduring hardship, they're about growth, mastery, and continuous progress. Encouragement, not flattery. Flattery is empty. Encouragement is something else entirely. You're not just acknowledging her current state, you're fueling her future. When you recognize her passion and energy, you're giving her more than a compliment, you're giving her motivation. The best part? You're not doing it for selfish reasons. You're doing it because you genuinely respect the paths of wisdom that she's walking. A true Stoic knows that the greatest gift you can give someone is the belief in their potential. In the end, what you're truly saying is this: I admire your dedication to becoming the best version of yourself. Now, that's a compliment that goes far beyond the surface. It's a rare and precious acknowledgement of her inner strength and resilience, qualities that are far more enduring than any fleeting appearance or external success. When you recognize her passion, you're showing her that you're not just another man passing by, you're someone who respects and values the things that truly matter. Why it matters. Remember, the Stoic path is one of understanding what is in your control and what isn't. What you can control is how you express admiration, acknowledge the strength of character, the resilience, and the passion that make her who she is. Recognizing these qualities in a woman isn't just a compliment, it's a doorway to deeper connection. When you truly see someone for who they are at their core, you open the door to a relationship that transcends the superficial. The strength of your words has the power to inspire action, to fuel ambition, and to foster growth, both in her and in you. So don't just compliment her on what she's doing. Honor her path, her struggle, her energy. These are the true pillars of attraction, grounded in Stoic wisdom. Because when you admire the very qualities that define her success, you're tapping into a much deeper connection that goes beyond anything fleeting. Be a man who speaks the language of wisdom. Recognize her passion, respect her journey, and watch how it will draw her closer to you. 9. I feel so comfortable around you. You make everything seem simple and easygoing. You want to make an impression that sticks, to show a woman that you truly value what she brings into your life. Men, take note. This isn't just about charm. It's about understanding the deeper layers of human interaction. Think of the words that come straight from the heart, words that don't just flatter, but speak to her core. Saying, I feel so comfortable around you, you make everything seem simple and easygoing, is a reflection of appreciation, but it's more than that. It's about recognizing how her presence makes life lighter, how she brings calm into your world. It's not just a compliment, it's an acknowledgement of her unique ability to make you feel at ease. This is the essence of Stoic wisdom, to master oneself and find peace amidst chaos. Epictetus, the Stoic philosopher, once said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." When you give this compliment, you're showing her how her presence impacts your state of mind. You are acknowledging the way she brings peace, and this is key. You want her to know her presence isn't just welcome, it's valued. It's not only about the words, it's about the feeling they evoke in her. So, say it like you mean it. You have a very natural way of making everything feel light and comfortable. I feel so at ease when I'm around you. Now, here's the real power in these words. In today's fast paced world, it's easy to feel overwhelmed. We often forget to pause and appreciate those who provide comfort amidst the storm. The Stoics knew this well. They mastered the art of calmness and finding joy in the simplicity of life. When you compliment her in this way, you're tapping into a Stoic principle, mastering emotions, finding comfort in simplicity. It shows strength to recognize and appreciate peace when it's presented to you. You're not just giving her a compliment, you're creating a space where both of you can thrive, where life's chaos can be set aside for a moment of peace. That's how you win, how you master your emotions and interactions. You must recognize the value of calm in the world. Don't wait for chaos to consume you. Instead, let her presence be your sanctuary, your calm in the storm. Recognize it, appreciate it, value it. When you do this, you're not just making her feel special. You're building a relationship grounded in strength, peace, and mutual respect. Think about this. Stoicism teaches us that our responses shape our reality. When you express that her presence makes you feel at ease, you're taking control of your emotions and giving her a space to shine. This is the essence of modern-day Stoicism, mastering life by mastering your internal world. Don't let external circumstances dictate your peace. Instead, create an inner calm that you can share with those you care about. A woman wants to feel like her presence brings value. She wants to know that her energy impacts you positively. By speaking these words, you're affirming to her that she is, indeed, a source of relief in your life. This builds trust, respect, and an emotional connection that is unshakable. Epictetus also taught, "He who is not a good servant will not be a good master." When you show appreciation for her calming influence, you're showing that you are in command of your emotions, your words, and your interactions. This is true strength, acknowledging and accepting what brings you peace. In today's world, women want to feel that they matter, that their presence creates value. When you speak with intention and recognize her influence on your life, you give her more than a compliment. You provide an emotional anchor. You make everything feel light and comfortable isn't just a statement. It's a message that communicates her importance in a way that resonates deeply. You must understand the impact of your words. Stoicism teaches us that our peace is not only dependent on external events, but how we internalize them. So, when you compliment her, let it reflect your understanding of the value she brings. This isn't just flattery. It's a recognition of her ability to bring calm, simplicity, and peace into your life. When you can master this, you will win in all areas of life. You will become the kind of man who can create a world of peace, understanding, and connection rooted in the wisdom of Stoicism. Epictetus said, "Freedom is the only true happiness." And in recognizing the peace she brings, you're setting yourself free from the turbulence of life, mastering it, and showing the kind of strength that will attract any woman. In the end, men, your mastery of Stoicism and your words have the power to shape your relationships. Speak from a place of true appreciation, and you'll not only build respect, but create a bond grounded in genuine connection and emotional strength. Hey, thank you for tuning in today. Remember, words really do have the power to attract and connect, but only when they come from a place of sincerity. Don't overthink it or try too hard. Just be genuine. The most powerful words are often the simple, heartfelt ones. Respect, honesty, and care will always outshine any grand gestures. So, the next time you speak to her, let it be real and from the heart. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to hit like and subscribe to the channel so you won't miss any future videos. Wishing you success in building genuine and meaningful relationships. Take care, and may your words always bring you closer to the people who matter most.